Hi everybody, welcome to my video for the number 4 we're going to be looking at in the Minor Arcana. So we'll just get a glimpse of how the number 4 interacts with each of the elements of the suits. So when you think of the number 4, you think of stability or security or maybe even stagnation or having made something. So let's start with the swords. And here is the Rider-Waite deck. So we see a man laying down, kind of in a prayerful type of position with his hands, giving the idea of maybe of meditating or of resting. There are 3 swords on the wall here, and there's one sword here, giving the idea that all the busyness is being laid to rest. You know, time for peace and quiet. And you'll see also that he is inside of a sanctuary or a temple. So that really does give us the indication that it's time to go within our own inner sanctuary. You know, even when we, think about, our temple, these are our temples, right? So we're going inside of our own, head, time to meditate, to be quiet, to reevaluate, to reassess our strengths and weaknesses. So let's move on, and we'll see how beautifully this is done in the Druidcraft Tarot. And this man, you could see he's definitely in contemplation, but he does have a strength and a power about it. It's really nice. Okay, the next one here is from the Tarot of Dreams, and I do really like this. You can see here, he's sleeping among the stars. And that, to me, gives the idea that, not only is he resting or meditating, but that he's getting inspiration. We've all had that experience where we sleep and we wake up and there's something in our head, some inspiration has come to us, an idea, a thought, something that we needed an answer for. And the same process when we meditate as well. So the stars there kind of give that feeling to me. And then we'll see also up top that you have Jupiter in Libra. Now, do you remember last month when we looked at the threes? The Three of Swords had Saturn in Libra and the idea of restriction of our thoughts and perspective. But now with Jupiter there, it's time for expansion of our perspective of our thought process as well. So, and also the idea to gain some wisdom. So that another thing here is you'll see he's a warrior, so you could see his helmet there. Now, I did notice some other decks showed this card as the Knight. So maybe he's just come out of battle and is resting, and maybe he's preparing for his next battle. Okay, now in the Anarchy, a little different here. It's really more about healing. You can see the young woman is in the bed, and she doesn't look well. She needs to rejuvenate, and someone here is helping her. And then if you can see, there's a little bottle of medicine here, right at the bottom corner there. So remember, we just came from the Three of Swords, and that was a difficult time, so now it's time to heal, and to put that behind us, that difficulty. In the Alchemical Tarot, you see a woman sitting here with her eyes closed, very clear that she's meditating, and the swords are in the ground. Now, in the Ludi Lescott, okay, now this is a slightly different take on it. You'll see that for this woman, it's very difficult for her to spend time in solitude and to spend time with her own thoughts. She's coming to terms with that, with the ability to meditate and to be quiet. I mean, it is not easy for everyone to do that. In the Thoth deck, it says truce. And the 4 swords are meeting at one point in the middle. And in the Vision Quest, it says contemplation. Very beautiful. Very serene looking. Peaceful. All right, so let's move on and let's take a look at the Pentacles. And here is... once again, here is the Rider-Waite Smith, and you see a man there that it looks like he's gained some success, maybe some power with all that behind him there. But he's holding on to it. He doesn't seem like he wants to share or invest it at all. He's got some stability and power, and he is keeping it. Now we'll see in the Druid craft, you know, he looks like he's opening that, that chest by stealth. He doesn't want anybody to watch. He's holding on to his bag there. Same kind of idea. Now let's look at the Tarot of Dreams here. And now he's showing us his coins. You know, it's a little hard to tell. Is he really being greedy, or is he just deciding that he wants to protect his what he has and his investment there? It looks like he's got the key around his neck. So let's look at the assignments here astrologically, and it's great. It's the Sun in Capricorn. I mean, that is so perfect. So think about the Capricorn season in December. Now, for a lot of us, that is not the growing season. You know, so I can imagine the idea or the temptation to kind of hoard what you have, because, like I said, it's not the growing season. You know, also, it's very earthy energy, and so you know, that Capricorn idea of just being very much connected to earthly ideas, and well, ideas isn't quite the right way, but the actual, you know, products of earth and money and you know, I know 3 Capricorns, a young woman, an older woman, and an older man, and every one of them is so careful with their money. It's very interesting. They really like to hold on to it. They don't buy anything unless it's on sale. That's kind of funny. So very well done with the, you know, that really strong earth energy, very conscious, very aware of what they have and the value. But also, I have noticed this card come up when it's time, you know, to just be careful of your own energy, and you know, that you're not overspending your energy. It's not always about money, as you all know. Okay, so let's look at the Anike. I like it because you see this guy here with the coins, and he's kind of maybe digging a hole for them in the ground. But look, he's got a heavy, heavy backpack. And he's got this, like, he's dragging these logs here. So this situation is actually becoming a burden to him, and it is weighing him down. He doesn't even seem to be quite aware of the burden yet. In the alchemical, here we go. He's burying the coins. And just a little FYI, I swear this card reminds me, he looks like Robert Place just a little bit. So I don't know if that was intentional or not. Okay, in the Ludi Lescott, he's got quite a look on his face. A little devious, maybe a little greedy. It's hard to know exactly what he's up to, but he's holding on to those coins. Now, in the Thoth, he's interpreting this this deep earth energy as power. And you'll see the structure, the 4s. It's like a double 4 almost, isn't it? Power, authority. And in the Vision Quest, it's security. So that all does relate. Okay, now let's look at the cups. I can see the lighting is not very good today. It's coming in and out a little. So, okay, so now we're getting the number 4 with water, and let's see what happens. Well, right away we see this guy, there's a sense of despondency, of maybe even of apathy. He's got the 3 cups at the bottom, and the 4th one is being offered, and he's not interested. Maybe he's had enough. And that's kind of the idea. You know, it's like maybe overindulgence. He's already had enough. So in the Druid craft, look how lush and pretty that is. Same idea. He's got 3 empty cups and 1 behind him that's standing. He doesn't even take notice. His mind is elsewhere. Okay, in the Tarot of Dreams, now this here, now it looks to me that these 3 cups are empty, and the one that's being handed to him, or offered him, that one looks full. It looks like it has wine in it. So it's still that same idea, you know, I don't want any more, I've had enough. And you'll see that he doesn't have any clothing on. So that does give me the idea that he is not interested in engaging in life at this time. Now let's look at the astrological. We have we have moon in Cancer. So as you know, Cancer is actually ruled by the moon. So it's like almost like an abundance of lunar energy here, and of kind of watery energy. So Cancer also does, usually talks about the home as well. It's almost like being a little too much at home here. And Cancer is also very nurturing. So in these cards, when somebody's nurturing and offering that fourth cup, you know, they just don't want it. So all of that's being brought here. So you can see the idea of either of having a lot of something, or just like overindulgence with that astrological assignment there. So now when we look at the alchemical tarot, this one is probably the most unique out of them all, and I just like it so much. This guy is stuck. You know, how is he going to take a step? Where is he going to move? And what happens when he tries? It's so clever, and it's more of that, you know, the stagnation part of the number 4 and the element of water. And in Robert's gorgeous sevenfold mystery, the card is very similar with the elephant as well. Okay, so let's look at the Anarchy. Now here we have a man, and he's just being lavished and indulged by these lovely women here, you know, bringing him all kinds of food and goodies, and he doesn't care. His arms are crossed. He doesn't want it. Again, sort of that idea, he's being nurtured and he doesn't want it too much at home. All right, so let's look at Ludi Lescott. She's got 4 cups. Now, to me, they look like they are all full and untouched. But her mind is elsewhere. You see she's got a letter here. She seems very upset. And again, that idea that she is not willing at this time to engage in life or to what's being offered to her. There's something else that's going on that's upsetting her. And next is the Thoth. Now he's taking a little different, a more positive maybe interpretation. It says luxury. So that's showing all of that water energy and all of that lunar energy. You know, and what happens when we have such an abundance of that. And speaking of abundance, the last card is the Vision Quest, and that is their keyword here is abundance. All right, so the last suit is the Wands, and let's see, number 4 with fire. So the first one here is the Rider-Waite. And you can see this card is happy, and it's celebratory, and there's passion here. We have that structure that's been put up now, and it's secure with those 4 wands, and we're celebrating that. We're celebrating that accomplishment. And that we've brought something into fruition. In the Druid craft, it's similar, but you actually see fire here. So you see the structure, you see the happy, the celebration, the garland, and then the fire here. So it's almost like we're celebrating that passion. Even though you don't see any people in this card, it still gives the very strong idea of that. Now in the Tarot of Dreams here, what we have is the 4 wands, and they're very strongly in the ground there. See in the forest. There's doors, and the doors are opening to us, you know, allowing us to walk in and experience some success, and to walk forward, to move forward with what we have accomplished. And it is, oh how nice, it's Venus in Aries. So that, if you can see up top, Venus in Aries. Now that is also bringing in the idea, well, that passion and romance and love as well. And that's, you know, see all that red fiery energy. And I don't know if you could see it, but It looks to me like this is Mars in the background. There's a planet in the background there. Okay, so the next one is Anna Kay, and these are just four friends enjoying each other, enjoying the day. Very bright and sunny. Now let's take a look at the Ludi Lescott. This is unusual, and it really is bringing the idea of passion and romance. She is, oh, okay, well, the Four Wands is the four poster bed here. And she's just, beckoning someone in to come in and join her. And you can see the idea of power with this, of course, with that, checkerboard flooring. So perhaps she's feeling very powerful in that invitation, or perhaps she's feeling that it's a game. So, that's going to be up to you to decide when you read with the deck. And the next one is so beautiful, and that is the Alchemical Tarot. And it really is showing like a commitment to passion, a marriage, the stability in your love or passions here. And you can see the way that people are gazing at each other. It's so beautiful. And the Thoth, it says completion, and giving the idea that something has come full circle here. And the last one is the Vision Quest. It also says completion. And I like the idea here. I like the sage bundles, bringing in the element of fire. And that number 4 there. So yeah, that's it for the 4s. And I will see you next month for the 5s. Thank you all very much for taking the time to watch my video, and I will see you soon. Bye.